Well, good morning, folks. Papa Joe here. That right there is exactly why I wear long hair for so many years, or I wore long hair for so many years. When my hair's short, it won't lay down for nothing and drive me crazy. Put my ball cap on in a minute. That'll show you. Hey, folks, this evening we're studying the Word. I want to do a life comparison. One of those type deals. And I might wind up pausing you. I'm up here on the top of a hill somewhere in Oklahoma at a chicken farm again. They had me turn around this morning and I've lost all my internet. I barely had any last night. Well, now I ain't got none turned around. Ain't that crazy? Less than 100 feet difference, and went from barely to no, ain't gonna get it. Yesterday, I seen where one of my children had did a post, and they was referring back to a couple years ago where some of my kinfolk was tracing our heritage, and they was very hard excuse me, they was trying very hard to say that we had Indian blood in us. And I've said all along I didn't care. I wasn't raised as an Indian and all that, and I was raised as a hillbilly. I was fine with just being an American hillbilly. I don't need that subtitle put on me. Now, my son and one of my brothers, which are very good at the computer stuff and all that, they started researching some of the other families' research. And they were finding all kinds of discrepancies. And the original researchers was just grasping straws and trying real hard to make it fit into what they wanted. They was trying to make it say what they wanted it to say. And my son, having a little bit of scientific background, so to speak, he likes facts and he likes to make sure that it's right. And he started letting some of the original researchers know, who were still actively researching, hey, this ain't adding up. Their response was that they had that big family tree thing nationwide. I forget what it's called. Genie, I forget what it's called. But it's a big deal where you can trace down your ancestry. Ancestry.com, is that it? I don't remember. They wound up changing the password so he couldn't get on there because he was doing his research and he changed some of their bad data, which just threw their tree all over the place. I mean, it wasn't good. So instead of trying to find out the truth, they blocked him. And after a couple years of nonsense, my brother, he sent in for a DNA check. I mean, that sounded like a real good way to me to find out what blood you got in you. And I forget exactly, it was 80 something, like 88 or 86% English. Now, English fits a wide span over there. It's not just England. There's times it can be Ireland and all different kinds of places. My point is, in the American church system, they are doing the same thing. They're not doing the real research, so to speak. They are trying to make it say what they wanted to say. Let me see if this young man going to talk to me. We ready?
Yes, sir.
Cool. You leave me alone. Cool. Go to work. Get my trailer unloaded. You have all these fake religions starting or going, and they don't care what the Bible really says. They don't care what Jesus said or what Paul said. All they care about is their agenda, and they want to try to twist it to make it fit their agenda with their word. That's the kind of stuff that a lot of us are warning you against. That's false teachings, false prophets, false preachers. That's why you need to be able to do your own homework. You need to do your studying. You need to have your relationship with God. If you have a real relationship with God, He will put up red flags. You don't have to be the smartest individual out there. You could be as dumb as me. And if you're walking and talking with the Lord and somebody puts up a false word, then there's going to be little bells going off. There's going to be, Joe, better check that out, buddy. It just don't sound right, just don't taste right, just don't smell right. You know, remember those saying? It didn't make a lot of sense back then when I was a kid. If it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. Well, if it's false teaching and it sounds like false teaching, it's probably false teaching. But how do you know the difference? It's called the Bible. And in this day and age, it ain't like you have to really try real hard to look it up in the old Bible and sit there go page by page. You got the internet and everything else to help you to find out the real passage. Although there's some of us that have trouble with that. Very aggravated when I'm trying to figure out something, and never mind, that's a whole different lesson. But look, bottom line is there are plenty of people out there, and it doesn't matter if they're trying to do it for ill gain or if they're trying to do it for good. If they're trying to be honest and try to teach a lesson and they just messed up. Bottom line is that there are people out there that would twist the word of the Lord, and they would try to make it fit into their lecture, into what they're wanting it to say, and not what the Lord wants it to say. And one good way to stop it, have Him on your side. Have Him in your heart and in your head, and He can help you. I hope this little spill made sense to you. Better yet, I hope that you apply it. Y'all remember, God loves you, and so do I. He can help you on your walk if you will let Him. If you'll talk to Him and let Him, He will help you, and He will help you to know what's wrong. If there's something that's being taught wrong, He can help you and set off the alarms for you. Y'all have a blessed day now. Bye.